All right. All right. So we're back, and I am wearing a costume. It's difficult to see. I'll have to stand up. I've got a belt on, and I'm Friar Tuck. And it's very uncomfortable to wear. It's like a very large costume. So I'm wearing a costume. Adrian, I don't know if I've ever seen you wearing a costume.
Yeah,
Trying to
I
think.
usually don't.
I feel like if we were at a metal show, you might be wearing some face paint or something. I think if
Maybe.
certain
I never have before, but
I could see you in like Gorgoroth style face paint or something.
mhm.
Um, well, yeah, so it's the eve of All Saints Day. It's the eve of NaNoWriMo. How are you feeling about this?
Good. I'm fine.
Okay, I'm glad one of us is because I
Yeah.
don't know.
Are
I
you
don't know what I'm getting
tell
into.
me how you feel?
Well, Jessica's sick. My wife is sick. So I'll be figuring out how to. I mean, it just feels like we're off to the races. Like I'm gonna figure out how to write 2,000 words while I'm driving around, picking the boys up from school and dropping them off and picking them up and making dinner and all that. But I'll figure it out. Um, but yeah,
Yeah.
also I so yeah, there's just a lot of life stuff going on right now. I've also got to write an autobiography for an adoption home study, and it's winding up to be a pretty lengthy document. Like I'm over 2,000 words in, and it's not halfway done. Not quite halfway.
You're not
So
as young as you used to be.
I know, right? There's a lot more to remember. It's been a good reflective process. It has been a good reflective process, and it's made me think about how grateful I am for my friendship with you. But yeah, I have not gotten as far along on my outline as I would like, and um I have a good feel on the voice for this character, so I'm just gonna work a lot with voice. I'm just gonna do it's gonna be real voicey, you know. Just trying to nail the voice down.
Yeah.
She's gonna be a little more subdued. The character, so I've written for this character in the past, so I'm pretty confident that I can do the voice again. But she's gonna be a little bit more like shell shocked and subdued than maybe she's been in the past. Um, she's had some ups and downs, so not like a Debbie Downer, but just a little more reserved. So I'm glad to be writing with some restraint. Yeah. How are you feeling? You feel like you feel good? You ready to go? Like you're gonna wake up at what? You're gonna wake up, go to work, and then do the work. Is that the plan?
Yeah, that's how I'm going to start out. I might eventually end up getting up early to get a little extra done, but I'm going to start out just doing it when I come home from work in the afternoon. Um, and then as the month wears on, if I'm a little bit behind, I might start spending a few days getting up early and doing an extra writing session before I go to work.
That seems wise. You're just trying to find a
I
good
feel
pace.
like you're even if you didn't get all the way through your outline, I feel like you're still set up well because you were outlining like paragraph by paragraph. So that'll
Yeah.
carry you for quite a while, even if you didn't get all the way through the draft.
Yeah. 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 I I don't feel like I'm going completely into uncharted waters here, and I'm not completely like riding by the seat of my pants on this. But I am a little bit. It feels more like riding by the seat of my pants than other projects that I've completed. Um, but I've already been thinking about cover art, so that's something. And you know. I may be getting the cart to the head of the
Yeah.
horse a little bit, but like the other books, they have x-rays of like human like bones, and there's also these really great images of like x-rays of plants that are out there. And I've been thinking about like an x-ray of a cactus, or an x-ray of, some like a juniper plant or something, you know what I mean? Like something that's out west, like like those cedar trees. They're not cedar trees, but whatever they are, um, something kind
Yeah.
of Utah, because that's where it'll be set. But yeah, the other thing, I am excited about this because I feel like we both did good work on this. We turned it out pretty quick, but we worked on a book, you and me, over the past week or so, and it's free. We're releasing it for free tonight, for anyone who wants it. And yeah, why don't we tell them a little bit about the book?
Okay.
It's I think it's called For Clarity and Concision, um 11 Enemies of Good Writing. And we don't need to get into like all 11 of the enemies that we identified, but um clarity and concision, I feel like, are primary goals for me. Um Particularly, um you know what I mean, the clarity part, like being as clear as possible in on the page, like what the focus is, and kind of how to move through a scene or how to move through a character arc. So I'm excited that we got a chance to like sit down and write about that together. We have different approaches to things, so both of us kind of have opportunities to comment on things in the book. Um, and I love, Adrian, I particularly love your comments because they feel very lived, and there's a lot of experience that you brought to bear with it. Um, so yeah, so we're offering that as a free download. There'll be details down below once this goes to YouTube. So tell your friends, it's out there, free free ebook, and it's a pretty good read. Like it's over 20 pages. Like it's a good little piece of reading.
Yeah. And I thought it was pretty engaging too. It was like a snappy read.
Yeah, it's snappy, it's quick. I think one of the things I was trying to go for with it was like um the very first part of like Strunk and White's style guide, only with a little bit more humor in it. Like I remember really back in the day, it feels like Strunk and White was like literally the only book that I could ever find that was saying anything about style. So I remember like reading it religiously, and then reading like E.B. White's essays like religiously, just to understand kind of good style. Now I kind of think back on that and I kind of laugh because I mean he's a great essay writer, but I can definitely think of other ways that I could help people learn about style. Um, but yeah, it has that kind of feel about it, just like hard and fast rules for clarity and concision. Yeah. Well, man, I think that's all we got for tonight. Um, Godspeed you in your writing tomorrow, and we'll be
Yeah,
back.
you too.
We'll be back on Friday checking in on what kind of progress we made. We'll see. Or Thursday, I guess. Thursday, right?
Yeah, Thursday.
Yeah, was there anything else we were going to talk about tonight? I can't remember.
I think that's what we said.
Yeah, yeah,
Just
well,
kind of
yeah.
jumping off for NaNoWriMo and introducing the book.
Cool. Well, that's it, man. Well, have a good evening.
Yeah, you too.